Welcome to Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews, Episode 5. Today we're talking about Kiyoshi Kurosawa's frightening masterpiece, Pulse. This 2001 horror film revolves around a group of young people who are rocked to their core when one of their own suddenly commits suicide. However, things don't end there. When his ghost suddenly appears across the computer monitors, something is unleashed upon the world. As you can probably guess from the themes of computers, this is a modern horror story that works well with integrating technology and the supernatural elements of other stories such as The Ring or Grudge. Pulse is a slightly slower moving horror film, but that doesn't mean it's any less effective than the heavy hitters. Far from it. This is actually a very terrifying movie, not from like jumpy scenes, although there are a few, but instead from the intense feelings of isolation and loneliness that you get from watching this. Kurosawa is a master at work here, and he employs these empty shots with dark shadows and like empty rooms, and it all is to a great effect of making you feel like your world is just slowly coming in and that everything is just disappearing. So he does a great job at making you feel the terror that the characters feel in the movie, because it seems like wherever they go, there's like nothing. This is a very like pessimistic movie. Very sad. I think that's where most of the horror comes from, is how sad it is. And I think that's great. It's a great modern commentary on technology about how these things that should bring us together, these computers, the internet, these things that should be connecting people are actually distancing them in some cases. And are they connecting anything at all? And when they are connecting, what do you find? Well, in this movie, there might be ghosts. So it's a very interesting commentary on the modern world that we live in. And I think Kurosawa is a genius for taking a more traditional ghost story and upgrading it to having a modern flair and pulse. So hats off to him for that. The DVD was released by Magnolia Pictures in the US market, and they did a pretty good job. It's a little light on extras. There is a making of feature, there's a trailer, but beyond that, there's not too much. If I had one major, quibble with the DVD, is that the subtitles appear like half a second after the characters start talking. So they might be saying a line, and then you have to wait a beat, and then the subtitles appear. You get used to it after like a few minutes, but sometimes I wish that the subtitles came just a half a second sooner. But it's a minor, it's really a minor complaint. But other than that, this is a great DVD release, and one to definitely check out. Look for a copy. I provide the link to the official website for this on the right in the video description, so definitely look for this DVD. Some of the best scenes in the movie include the infamous plane scene near the end of the film that I'll let you discover for yourself. The entire beginning of the movie with the build-up to finding the friend who's going to commit suicide, like, that was perfectly shot. It's got a lot of dark shadows, like you can't really see what's going on. You catch a glimpse of it, and then you get to see it. So that was a great shot. A lot of the scenes near the end of the film, when things start to become more and more isolated, those that just convey a great sense of loneliness. And Kurosawa really did a great job in directing this, so there is a lot of good scenes in this film, and all of the scenes with the ghosts and the computers are fantastic and scary, and unlike any other J-horror film. Of course, you can't talk about Pulse nowadays without mentioning the American remake that came out, like last year, was it? I don't know when it came out. I remember I saw it in the theater with some friends, and honestly, it was the worst, well, not just the worst remake of a movie, but possibly the worst movie ever created. There's a character, Ziegler. He's like a computer scientist, and Ziegler, I know, right? I can just stop there because it was that bad. Like, picture the worst movie you can. You're probably thinking about the American Pulse. Like, they took the beauty and the slow-moving tension and build-up of the original and the themes of isolation, and they just chopped it up and made it into this cookie-cutter, terrible. I mean, Ziegler. What? Ziegler? Okay. Sorry, it was a bad movie. But yeah, steer clear of the remake and just try to watch the original. It is slow, okay, yeah. Some people might be turned off by that, but just let it kind of just get absorbed by it and just let it happen. And I think you'll find that by the end of the film, if you don't feel lonely, then you're a braver film goer than I. That's all for today on episode 5. Thank you everyone for the recent comments and ratings and suggestions and feedback. It's really been helpful. I've been trying to implement them in the new episodes. And yes, please look forward to more episodes. I think they're getting better as each one goes by. And please subscribe because more are on the way. See you next time. Would you like to meet a ghost? Okay.
Ziegler!